they think we are weak. But this time they will be shocked by what the three African countries have just done together. Finally, something big just happened in Africa that will shock the whole world. The continent is rising with a new spirit of Pan-Africanism. We are taking our resources and destiny into our own hands. And no one will stop us anymore. Today, let's expose this great event that is going to surprise the whole world. We will also see how this union of nations will impact not only Africa, but the entire world. But before we start, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. Let's dive right into it. Africa rising. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger unveil bold new future that shocks the world. In a stunning display of unity and resilience, the transitional governments of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have just unveiled their bold new plan for the future that is set to shake the foundations of neo-colonialism and reshape the political dynamics of the Sahel region in Africa. The plan, which was announced at an extraordinary summit of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, in Accra, Ghana, has sent shockwaves around the world as the three nations stand firm against external pressures and declare their commitment to charting their own course towards stability and prosperity. The summit, which was called to discuss the political crisis in the region following the recent coup d'état in Niger, was dominated by calls for dialogue and peaceful resolution of conflicts. However, the leaders of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger defied expectations and made it clear that they would not be swayed by threats or coerced into accepting any outcome that did not serve the best interests of their people. This bold stance has taken many by surprise, including the international community, which had hoped to see a swift return to constitutional rule in Niger and a restoration of the country's former president Mohamed Bazoum, who was ousted in the coup. The joint statement released by the three countries reads in part, "We want to tell the heads of state of the ECOWAS that we will not accept that a solution is imposed on us from outside. If they come up with a decision contrary to the aspirations of our populations, we will consider it non-binding." These strong words are a clear indication of the resolve and determination of the three nations to chart their own path to stability and prosperity. They are sending a message to the international community that they will not be dictated to, and that they are more than capable of handling their own affairs. This newfound unity among Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is a significant development not only for the Sahel region, but for the entire continent of Africa. It signals a growing sense of Pan-Africanism and a rejection of the old order in which African countries were seen as mere pawns in the game of global politics. The situation in Niger has been a source of tension and uncertainty since the military takeover in late July. Bazoum, who came to power in 2021 through democratic elections, had faced growing discontent over his handling of security and economic issues. The coup leaders led by General Abdourahmane Tiani have accused him of corruption, mismanagement, and a failure to protect the country from an escalating jihadist insurgency. Despite international condemnation and calls for a return to constitutional rule, the junta has remained defiant, raising fears of a protracted crisis and the potential for further instability in the region. However, the recent summit in Accra has provided a platform for dialogue and a chance to find a peaceful resolution to the crisis. While ECOWAS leaders have threatened military intervention and sanctions against Niger, the Burkinabe, Malian, and Nigerian leaders have stood firm in their support for the junta and called for a more measured response. This has created a major rift within ECOWAS, highlighting the growing divide between West African nations over the best way forward. The determination of these three nations to chart their own course is all the more remarkable when one considers the immense pressure they have been under from both domestic and international actors. In the case of Niger, the junta has been accused of human rights abuses and a crackdown on dissent in the aftermath of the coup. The international community has also threatened to cut off aid and impose economic sanctions, which could have a devastating impact on the country's already fragile economy. Despite these challenges, the leaders of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have remained steadfast in their commitment to finding a solution that works for their people. They understand the complexities of the situation on the ground and are not willing to compromise on the principles of self-determination and popular sovereignty. The implications of this bold stance go beyond the immediate crisis in Niger. It signals a broader shift in power dynamics in the Sahel region and across the continent of Africa. For many years, African countries have been seen as passive recipients of aid and investment from Western powers. But this new generation of leaders is taking a different approach. They are demanding fair and equitable partnerships that respect their sovereignty and prioritize the needs of their people. The unity shown by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is a testament to the growing sense of Pan-Africanism that is sweeping across the continent. African countries are realizing the strength that comes from unity and are working together to pursue common goals and address shared challenges. The response from the international community has been mixed. Some have praised the three countries for their efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the crisis, while others have criticized them for undermining regional stability and security. However, this criticism has only served to strengthen the resolve of the three nations. They are standing firm in their belief that they can handle their own affairs and do not need the interference of external actors. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining the outcome of this standoff. The three countries have vowed to resist any attempts to impose a solution from outside and have called on the international community to respect their sovereignty. As the world watches, the African nations are taking a stand for their rights and charting a new course for their future. But there is still hope for a peaceful resolution to the crisis. The upcoming summit of the African Union, which will be held in Niger, is expected to provide a platform for continued dialogue and negotiations. The AU has been actively involved in trying to resolve the conflict, and its leaders are working tirelessly to find a solution that satisfies all parties. Ultimately, the situation in Niger and the broader Sahel region is a complex one that requires a multifaceted approach. Security concerns, economic challenges, and deep-rooted social tensions all play a role in shaping the conflict, and any lasting solution must address these underlying issues. The international community has a responsibility to support African-led initiatives and work in partnership with the continent to find peaceful resolutions to conflicts. Imposing sanctions or resorting to military intervention should be a last resort and only used as a measure of absolute necessity. The recent events in Niger have highlighted both the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. The country's vast potential for growth and development is undeniable. With abundant natural resources and a young, dynamic population, Niger has the ingredients for success. However, realizing this potential will require a stable and secure environment, good governance, and a commitment to human rights. As the world looks to Africa for leadership in finding solutions to global challenges, it is heartening to see African countries taking the initiative and working together to build a better future for their people. The unity shown by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is an inspiration to all Africans and a reminder that through solidarity and determination, we can overcome any obstacle. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Together, we can continue to explore the incredible potential of Africa and its people and work towards a brighter future for all. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and above all, stay inspired. The future of Africa is in our hands. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of our latest videos. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information and is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. African Spotlight 24 does not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our goal is to deliver thoughtful insights, highlight local voices, and encourage informed conversations throughout Africa.